What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Jonathan's Film Room. And this is our second episode. We're glad to be back. Jonathan, how you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling great. I'm excited for the wildcard playoffs. We had a lot of great games the final week of the NFL, which we'll talk about one today, and the Raiders and the Chargers. But hey, I'm really excited for wildcard weekend. It's going to be fun.
I'm super excited. I mean, this show, when it's playoff time, there are going to be a lot of big plays, a lot of great games, a lot of close games, similar to the one we had last weekend. Chargers, Raiders battling for a playoff spot, and it went down to the wire. We thought it was going to be a tie. Honestly, it looked like the Raiders were going to have a tie, and the Chargers defense lets up, a 9-yard run. They kick a field goal. Raiders win. Unfortunately for my Chargers, we are not in the playoffs. This is going to be pretty tough to watch. I know we have two Eckler touchdowns that we're going to look over, so that's good. But other than that, seeing this Chargers defense, it's tough to watch, and it's sad that we're not going to see Justin Herbert in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's sad. I mean, after looking at the film, the Chargers offense, they're definitely a playoff team. Their offense is definitely a playoff offense. Let's put it that way. Their defense probably needs some work. But hey, yeah, it's tough to see Herbert not make the playoffs, but I'm sure he's a bright future. As long as they get the defense cleaned up a little bit, the Chargers should be a playoff team.
Let's go into our first play. So we're at the first play right now, and let's break it down for us. This is 2nd and 9. We're in the first quarter at the Chargers 12. So let's run through the play and let's see how it plays out.
Okay. So you see that was a Renfrow touchdown. This is a really great play by the Raiders. You'll see that they're in, I call it ace formation, 2 receivers on the left, 2 on the right. So you see the tight end, he's included as a receiver. He's counted as a receiver. You have to keep count of him. He can also go out for a pass. Another tight end right there on the line. He can also go out for a pass. So ace formation, you have a running back in the backfield. In terms of the defense, this looks like a form of cover 3. And so you have this guy playing deep thirds, and then you have this guy playing deep thirds in the middle. Then this guy is supposed to be playing deep thirds over here. And you'll see in this number 43, his alignment, he's outside of Renfrow. Renfrow is on the inside of 43. So Renfrow has inside leverage, and he has deep thirds. He's most likely going to be locked on Renfrow because he's probably, Renfrow goes out for a pass. He goes out for a deep pass. So he's going to be locked on him. You see, he's going out for an out route right there. So that guy has a man on him. The thing is, it's hard to guard Renfrow in this coverage for this guy because his hips are facing more towards the middle of the field. And that's kind of what they teach you in cover 3. The reason being, again, he has outside leverage and Renfrow has inside. So if Renfrow happens to run, let's say a post or in or dig or something like that, then it's going to be tough for this guy to catch up and, guard him. And so the reason he faces his hips towards it, inside of the field is because he wants to get a head start in case Renfrow runs a dig or a post or something like that. He wants to be able to quickly cover him. And so that turns out to be the reason he gets beat on this play, unfortunately. If you look at Renfrow, look, he fakes him out and then he just goes to the outside. And so this guy, his hips turn too late and Renfrow just beats him because Renfrow's a quick, elusive receiver, okay? And so look at this position right there.
He's gone.
Yeah, look, he's trying to put his arm on him. He's reaching, yeah, because it's tough to turn your hips like that. And so, yeah, I mean, I think this is it's a tough position because they coach you as a defensive back playing cover 3. And again, you have deep thirds, you have all this. They coach you to face your hips towards that way, right? So you're looking inside as the defensive back right here. But if you're man and Renfrow or somebody, a receiver, goes out like that, then it's going to be tough to turn your hips. And so you're the reason you're facing inside is because you're more afraid of the dig. You're more afraid of the post. But what are you going to do when a elusive receiver like Renfro quickly runs it like an out or something like that, it's tough. I think that's just a bad defensive play call. I think they probably thought it was going to be a run or something. I don't know, but I don't see why you'd be in a form of cover three when you're near the end zone like that. I think it's tough. You put him in a tough position. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that's a lot tougher than it looks. He got beat. Yes, he got beat, number 43, but it's a lot tougher than it looks. They teach you to be in that alignment, and Renfro just makes a great play. Renfro's too elusive.
Yeah, with a receiver like Renfro, it's like you're setting that cornerback up to fail. I mean,
exactly.
He's way too shifty.
Like he looked hopeless on that. Like what can he do? Renfro is just, he does this in his sleep. Look at that. Easy.
And we were talking before how his help is on the inside. It's in the middle.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So like, I guess from a non-football standpoint, in my case, in my head, I would be like, okay, I'm gonna open my hips towards the sideline because I have help in the middle. So I have time, I have help in the middle to be able to turn my hips and reach him in the case that he moves middle. But if he goes outside, no one is there. I'm the last line of defense. So I want my hips that way so that I can react the quickest.
Yeah. So it's like a give and take.
Yeah.
So he has outside leverage. So he's on the outside of Renfro. We see Renfro, he's inside the numbers right here. This guy looks like he's about
at the numbers. Yeah.
He's at the numbers, on top of the numbers, like right here.
Mm-hmm.
And so he does that. He is in that alignment because he has deep thirds. That's his responsibility. Anything that's here, that's a deep thirds right there that gets thrown over there, he has to cover it or else he's going to get chewed out. Mm-hmm. So say he faced his hips towards the sideline. And then Renfro, let's say he ran a dig or something, or post. Look how deep that safety is right here. Like that's supposed to be the guy. That's supposed to be his help. That's supposed to be the guy covering the deep thirds. But that would be easy. That would be easy. Touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be easy touchdown for that guy. So he has to sort of anticipate that, hey, I have to be in this alignment right here, facing this way, facing the middle of the field, just in case he runs a post or something. Because if he runs a post or dig, he's going to score. Mm-hmm. That's the easier throw for Derek Carr, by the way, the middle of the field. But if he runs like an out or a corner or something, that's going to be a further throw for Derek Carr. And I may have an opportunity to maybe bump Hunter Renfro and try to, cover him better, right? He thinks he may be able to, maybe cover him, like maybe bump him or something. But no, Hunter Renfro is not an ordinary receiver. Okay, you can't treat him like that. You can't give him that open space like that. I mean, I think it's just bad coverage.
Yeah, and that's not out of the ordinary for this Chargers defense. So let's move on to our second play.
So yeah, we have 1st and 10 at the Las Vegas Raiders 14. So let's let this play out. So we can let it play one more time, but you'll see Eckler scores a touchdown right there on the run. Wow, so fast. So yeah, that's a touchdown. And so Eckler, he's a really great back. He's so fast. If he had any weakness, I would say it's his size. He's not a big back like Josh Jacobs or Derrick Henry, or Zeke for that matter. But he's a decent size. He's elusive. He can run the ball fairly well. But given his size as a coordinator, you know his weaknesses. So in a crucial play like this, when you're trying to score, you spread out the offense. So this is a form of ace right here. You have 3 receivers right here. So you see a 3rd receiver right there. You have 3 guys on the right. So Tripp's right. You have a running back here. You have Eckler there, right? And so doing this, spreading out, the receivers over there, you get less people in the box. You get less people inside the box, right? And that's your goal. You want less people in the box to block for these 6 guys, because I believe this is Cook. He's going to end up blocking. And so what you want to do is spread out those guys, have less people in the box. And right now you see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4 defensive linemen and 3 linebackers. So it's a 4-3. So 7 guys. So 6 versus 7. That's not too shabby. That's not too shabby because you can have 6 guys blocking 6 and then Eckler just beating another guy by juking him out or something or running him over. Okay. So that's not bad. That's not shabby. And so you'll see this play out. But what makes this even nice is this guy, it looks like he has coverage responsibility on this. It looks like he's covering like this area right here. So he's looking over here expecting a pass. That's what they're coaching him to do. That's his responsibility on this play. So it's really 6 versus 6. And that's a beauty in the NFL. That's a beauty. You have 6 guys guarding 6 guys. So as long as they do their jobs, Eckler should be free. He should be open guy going to score. And so there you have it, 6 versus 6. Yep. Let's get that going again. Yep, 6 versus 6. Eckler's going. Yeah, the guy tries to make a tackle, but you can't get him. Eckler's too fast. If you give Eckler any open space, if you give this type of running back any open space, he's gone. And so look, 6 versus 6, easy. Everybody has a guy. Eckler scores. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. This is what you want. This is well executed by the line, well executed by the Chargers offensive coordinator for spreading out the receivers, getting less people in the box, and having this guy over here, have coverage responsibility. That's a cherry on top. That's a cherry on top. And so this is a great play by the Chargers. Look at that again.
For Eckler, you're talking about his size is sometimes a disadvantage, but in this play specifically, it's an advantage. He's got that lower center of gravity. He's able to stay up on his feet when he stumbles right here, able to stay on his feet and get up, and a bigger back may have fallen. So yeah, that's another thing.
Great balance.
Eckler is such a great back. He's so versatile. And he's also built like he is. Have you seen like his workout videos they were showing? He's doing like,
he's a pretty built guy. Look at that one more time. That's beautiful.
All right. So we're in the second quarter now, 2nd and 11 at the Raiders 14. And we'll play this through so you can see it.
And so there you go. That's the play.
There you go.
And so this is a really great play. There's a lot of great things going on here. You'll see, first of all, that they're in ace formation. So it's a form of spread. So you have 2 guys right here, including the tight end, right? Tight end could block. You could go out for pass. Then you have 2 guys right here. If you look at, I think this is number 7. Look at this receiver on the left. Mm-hmm. Look at his alignment. That tells you he can motion or something's about to happen. So you have to look at alignment. And so lo and behold, yes, he gets motioned. And the idea of motioning, a lot of offensive coordinators love to do it to full safeties or some undisciplined eyes, people that are just glancing at the backfield, not doing their responsibility. This is what it does. It fools some defenders. And so there you see a linebacker. He's telling people, hey, watch out for this guy. Safety right there. This guy, you see that he takes some steps when that guy motions. And so that's good. That's a bonus because the play is coming to the left side, but that guy's taking a few steps that way. So that should help out a little because it's all about timing. It's all about timing. And so this play is known as slow screen left, but the way they intro it, the way they start it out is unique. And I think it was well thought out because you're getting a lot of eyes to the right side, showing people that, hey, this play is probably going to go to the right side, right? It could go to the right side. So again, look at this guy, look at his feet. He's going that way. That guy's telling people, hey, watch this side. So people think it's going to the right side. The defense thinks it's going to the right side. So look at number 7 motioning. He's going there. So look at their feet. Okay. And it ends up being a slow screen left. It ends up being a slow screen left. The thing about slow screens, what happens, the way it's designed, the linemen, these guys, they block for like a second, okay? And after like a second or two, they allow these defenders, they allow all these guys to rush the quarterback, to rush Justin Herbert. That's the idea. You want them to rush. That's part of the play design. And so once these guys rush, they realize that, hey, this is actually like this is a screen. Eckler is wide open right here. And these linemen right there, they're down the field a little bit. They can block for Eckler. So this open space right here. This is a beautiful play. All these defenders are back here, and they're not where the play is. Eckler has the ball right here. This lineman can find somebody to block. This lineman's blocking that guy. Any of these guys can block it, anybody else. And so this is a beautiful design play. Look at Eckler right there. Yep, he's wide open. And he just makes a play at the end. These guys should make the tackle. He just makes a beautiful play up there. But you got to love this slow screen left and the way this was designed to get, especially that safety, taking a few steps over there, wasting time. Because that safety can make the play, or he makes the tackle, but he makes the tackle in the end zone where Eckler just tosses himself in there and gets a touchdown. So if maybe he took a few more steps or stayed put over there, maybe he could have made the tackle sooner and saved a touchdown. But that motion draws him a few steps that way. And again, it's all about timing. Right. So by the time he tries to come make the tackle, Eckler's already in the end zone. Eckler's so fast. That helps as an offensive coordinator. Okay. And so, again, this is a beautiful design play. And, this guy right here, I'm pretty sure he has like curls to flats. He's covering. He looks like a corner or safety or something. And so he has curls to flats. And so when the play develops, you look at that guy. Yep. See, it's like he has no hope right there, because you have a 300-pound guy that's 6'5" going to get you. Yeah, he's not going to make the tackle.
No, there's no way.
There's no way. And so I love this play. I love running this play back in high school when I was running back, because there's so much open space. If you're a fast back like Eckler, you can make a lot of stuff happen. And he did. He made 3 guys miss and he scored.
Yeah. And, what's interesting is, we just went from their last touchdown, which was a run to the left at the Raiders 14-yard line, back again at the Raiders 14-yard line, play a slip screen, but to the same left side, right to Eckler, and they still miss it. It's like,
that's a good point.
And what's deceiving, as you said before, is 7 starts to motion right. So maybe they had anticipation, like look at where the safety is, like you were saying earlier. He's on the left hash thinking, okay, they had just scored on an Eckler run to the left. So he's already kind of cheating over that way. And he's kind of over the snap because it's on the left hash. Yeah. But he's over on the left side. And then all of a sudden they motion that guy. And you'd think it just kind of doesn't do much, but it does wonders when that safety starts to creep over. And then there's that sliver of doubt that's like, okay, maybe this isn't, a run to the left. Then it's that slip screen. It's like, I swear, like this Chargers offense is so well put together. Very impressive. If we just had a competent defense to complement that, it would be playoffs. It just hurts me to watch this, but it's just such great play calling.
It's a great play calling. And again, like you mentioned, they scored with Eckler run on the left, and look, they figured it out perfectly there. So motion, and then a fake, and then a slow screen, and nobody's there to be found. That's a beautiful play. Yeah, again, this is a playoff offense. They should be in the playoffs. It would have been fun to see them against another, AFC team or something, but defense has to step up.
Yeah. So let's move on to our fourth play. Okay, so this play, 4th and 6 at the Raiders 18. I believe this was fourth quarter. And this was a must get here. They had to convert this 4th down. If they didn't, they probably would have lost the game. So it's a very, very important down right here. This was the one he caught right at the first down, reviewed it. Luckily, just got it across at the last second. As you said, Jonathan, we're going to be focusing on Mike Williams at the top.
We're focusing on Mike Williams right here. Like Jared said, right here. I think this is a great technique by him. As you'll see, everybody else is man, right? Mike Williams at the very top, he just has great technique right here. He runs a hitch route. Again, this is 4th and 6. You have to look at this situation. 4th and 6. They need this play. I think they're down by 2 touchdowns. A lot of people have counted them out. So they need to convert on this. And so that defensive back is manned on Mike Williams, right? And so he has inside leverage, right, on Mike Williams. And so he's just looking at the quarterback to kind of fool him a little bit. But I mean, look, you're at the end, you're near the end zone. They all know you're going to play man on 4th and 6. So I don't know what he's doing. So there you'll see Mike Williams right here. Look, he pushes off of that defensive back a little bit. He pushes him a little bit so he can get the proper separation, because he's running a hitch, a 6-yard hitch, and usually on a hitch or a comeback or something, they do coach you to be ready to come back to the ball in case the defensive back is right on your tail. But because this is a crucial play on 4th and 6, and he's just going like 6, almost 7 yards, and he wants to get that first down, he has to make sure he's completely separated from this guy. He has to make sure he's completely separated from that defensive back. And so here you see him push off a little to make sure he has a little separation. And I mean, it works out really well because that defensive back turns around, which wastes time, right? And Mike Williams is open for like a good 1.5 seconds, I guess. And he's able to catch the ball and then get the first down. And so I think this is great fundamentals from Mike Williams. He knows what situation he's going to the marker. He gets the first down. He doesn't need to come back to the ball because he's separated from that defensive back. He does his job and separates himself from that cornerback right there. Now on the cornerback side, that's really bad technique. Okay, if you watch YouTube videos of Nick Saban, I encourage you to watch YouTube videos of Nick Saban coaching up defensive backs. He teaches all about technique. Okay, when you're manned against a receiver, the way you tell kind of what he's running or anticipate what he's going to run, you have to put your hand on his hip or slap your hand on his hand or something. You have to touch him a little bit, hit him or touch him, grab his hip or something. You can't not put any hands on him and then expect to have a great play. I mean, come on, what are you doing? Put your hand on him. Mike Williams, that's too easy for him. I mean, that's too easy for Mike Williams. You got to put your hand on his hip and anticipate what he's running. Because right now, he just puts a little hand on him at the very end, but like that's too late. Mike Williams just pushes him off, gets that separation, and gets the first down. That's too easy for Mike Williams. That's bad technique. That's really bad technique by that cornerback over there. Put your hands on him right now. What are you doing? Put your hands on his hip. You have to lock on him. You're man. That's your guy. If you get beat, you're going to get yelled at, and you got beat. So hopefully you got yelled at on that one. And so, yeah, I think that play is just a great fundamental play by Mike Williams and a bad technique play by that cornerback over there.
And as a cornerback, just in general, when you're reading whether or not he turns his hips pretty early to commit to like the go route.
Yep.
And then does the hitch. So obviously he had to, do a whole 360. But as a cornerback, what are you taught to look for when you're deciding, whether to commit and turn your hips to a go route or, have the threat of a hitch route or a curl or whatever? He commits pretty fast. I don't is it the pad level that they're looking at?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of different things. You're supposed to keep your eye on his hip as well. You're supposed to like touch his hip, but like also like keep your eye on his hip. Um, you don't want to look at his helmet or his eyes, even though a lot of people do that because it's easy to see when the ball's coming because their eyes get bigger. But in the NFL, the best receivers, they're not stupid. They are able to catch a ball relaxed with their eyes the same the entire time. Like Devontae Adams, look at him. He's probably one of the best receivers in the NFL. He catches the ball simply. You can tell he doesn't catch um, with any aggression or anything. He just simply catches it smoothly, right? So a receiver like that, his eyes aren't going to get big when the ball's coming. So you can easily get beat all day if you just stare at the eyes. You have to try to look at his hips. I know it's tough when you're running and stuff, but you have to keep your hand on his hips or something. You have to put a finger on him. That's the only way you can anticipate what he's going to do. But if you have nothing on him, then he could juke you out anyhow. And this guy, like, yeah, he thinks it's going to be go route because, he's just looking at him. He thinks it's going to be a go route for some reason, but nothing's on him. He has no hands on him. I really don't know what he's looking at.
He's also basically just on an island because that safety is helping out the linebacker where the tight end is.
Yeah,
Cook's running.
Yeah, these guys. Yeah, he has no safety help. I mean, that safety probably told him before the play. This guy probably told this cornerback, "Hey, lock." That means man. You're man on Mike Williams. So stop looking. I don't know why this guy's looking inside. I know he's trying to fool. Everybody knows that you're a man on this guy, so you're not fooling anybody. So focus on guarding Mike Williams. Put your hands on him, and he doesn't do it. So yeah, this safety, he's looking over here, right? He's not helping him out. This guy's man, and everybody knows that. Everybody can tell. So I don't know what he's doing by looking at the quarterback trying to fool him, or I don't know. That's just bad technique by him.
And the awareness by Williams to stop right at the first down marker. I've seen a lot of receivers. They stop a little bit before. They don't really know where they are. And Williams, in a crucial play late in the game, has the awareness to stop right at that first down mark. And he needed it. When they went back and reviewed it, he actually caught it like just a tad before and had to, reach over to get that last, couple yard or couple inches. Yeah. But the awareness to have that hitch and stop right at that first down was much needed. I feel like for that cornerback, he should have anticipated that sort of play. I don't know if I would have expected, Herbert or the Chargers to call a play, deep pass in the end zone, in the corner. That just seems a little too risky when it's 4th and 6.
Exactly.
You're probably looking at a curl, a short, a hitch, drag, whatever. So I feel like he should have anticipated right when he passes that first down marker to kind of sit on it. But he commits, he turns his hips even before the first down marker. So he was just lost on that, but
he was lost.
We don't want to pick on him too much.
Yeah, I think that's enough for him.
Luckily, we can't see the number, so we can't point him out.
Yeah, he's lucky. He's so lucky.
Got our last play, and this one was an amazing play by Herbert. 2-point conversion. Now, this was off a touchdown. Another must-have for the Chargers. And this was just a reoccurring theme where it was 4th down after 4th down after 2-point conversion. The backs were against the wall the whole game, and Herbert had to clutch up. And this is just one of many moments where he clutched up and on his last read. So let's play this through.
Yeah. And Jared, I remember you texted me before this, like when you found out they're going for the 2, they were down by 9. You're like, what is the head coach doing? Why doesn't he just kick the extra point? Like, what is he doing? Is he an idiot?
And in my head, keep yourself in the game. In my head, I'm thinking, kick this extra point, extend the game a little bit. Yeah. If you don't get this, the game's over. But there's still,
it was really bold. Minutes. I even thought, I thought the same thing. I was like, what is he doing? They better get this or he's going to get in trouble because he's had issues with going for it this year before. So like, I was like, if he misses this, then he could lose his job.
And, so obviously he goes through all his reads. He hits Eckler with this literal, like, last desperate effort. And just a beautiful throw, frozen rope right to him. But again, this, as you said before, this is the ace formation, 2 receivers on each side. It's a reoccurring formation for them. It obviously works well.
Yep. And so, they're in the spread formation, 2 receivers on each side. And so you can tell from Justin Herbert's progression that the ball's to go to the right side somewhere. You can tell, he's looking at this side, during the play, the first few seconds, because he thinks somebody's supposed to be open. And so he's going through his progression. So, he's looking, he looks at the right side, then he looks in the middle, right? Because as a quarterback, every single play, you have progression. I remember the quarterbacks, we'd always hear him saying the progression out loud during practice. Like when they're practicing a play, they're like, hitch, dig, go, out, check down. They do that every single play to, get it in their mind, to get that muscle memory. So that's what he's doing. It's great fundamentals. And it's tough to do that when you have guys coming at you. You have so much guys coming at you. You have big, huge guys coming at you, right? It takes discipline to do that. So he's looking through some progression. Then he's thinking, he has to run because nobody's open. But then at the very last second, he sees Eckler. He's open a little bit. He's barely open. So he thinks he can make the throw. And he goes for the throw and he makes it. He goes for the throw at the very end to Eckler and he makes it. Like that's I don't know how to play that better as a defensive back. He's right on his hip right there. Like, what can you do? That's just a beautiful throw. Like, he threw it to where only Eckler could get it. I mean,
I was just going to say that the elite quarterbacks, they put it where the defender cannot make a play on it.
Can do nothing you can do about it. He's just like, all he can do is watch. Like, that's just a great offensive play. And again, I say, this is a playoff offense. Their offense, like, they deserve to be in the playoffs, but their defense kind of slowed them down this year. And this is just a great play by Herbert. Great patient play. This is like high stakes 2-point conversion. They have to get this or else they basically lose. It's going to be a 9-point game. And he's looking through his progression quickly. Again, out of hear the quarterbacks going through the progression slowly, like hitch, go, all that. So you have to do that quickly in your mind, like in a high tempo game like this, with all these guys coming at you. He has to be disciplined to be able to get through his whole progression, and he's able to do it.
Yeah, you got to have a sort of mental clock of, when that pocket's collapsing, when should I start to run? And in this, it seems like once he got through his first 3 progressions, first 4, actually, all 4 receivers locked up, then he's like, I'm going to run it. And then I think as he starts to run, he sees Eckler in the corner. And that's when he's like, oh, I'm going to try and make this throw. Cause we were talking before, it doesn't look like if he's tried to run this, not only did he get caught around his legs, but there's 2 defenders right in front of him. So this really was like the last possible option for him. And he puts it just perfectly. Placed. It's amazing. And this was like, he still had that amazing 4th quarter drive to tie it. So he was just locked in from, I don't know, when they were down 2 touchdowns, he just went into a state of mind that he was going to make every single throw.
Oh yeah. And like, again, some people can't even make that throw with nobody coming at them, just standing there. Nobody can make that throw, but he's on the run. Guys are coming at him and he makes an accurate, perfect throw where that defensive back can't get him. I mean, yeah, Herbert, he was on another level. Now,
next week, so we'll do an episode next week and we'll have the first round of the playoffs through. So we'll be able to pick the best games out of that weekend. We'll probably pick, probably Cowboys, unless it's a blowout, which do you anticipate a blowout against the 49ers?
I don't anticipate a blowout, but I'm sure there's going to be a lot of other good games. So we'll assess the situation, but I'm sure this weekend is going to be a lot of great games.
Yeah, we'll assess. We'll assess. I mean, Eagles Bucks may be close. Who knows?
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah, so we hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Jonathan's Breakdown. Hopefully you hit the like button and subscribe to the YouTube channel and comment your suggestions for the show. Anything we can do better. This is a new show and this is our second episode. So we're just trying to be better with every episode, and we appreciate the fans' thoughts. So thank you guys again for watching, and we will see you guys next week.